And welcome to episode 168 of Heresy Accountability Buddies. This podcast is based upon all of John's hard work as he does all the Excel sheets. Thank you, John.
Hey, you're welcome, Ultramarine brother.
Tonight, this episode has me, Jack, hi, along with the fellow hosts of
Ryan,
Duncan,
Amy,
And John.
and Jack. But before we get too far down the line, let's do a quick station identification.
Do you love resin bases? Then go to our sponsor, Elric Hobbies, for all of your basing and basing accessory needs. Use code HeresyABB at checkout for a discount. Legendary Monument Hobbies. Monument Hobbies is a one-stop shop for all of your painting needs. Use code HeresyABB at checkout for a 5% discount on your purchase. Pop Goes the Monkey. Find maker of third-party accessory bits of arms, legs, backpacks, and more, where you can get 10% off your first order over $125 with code HeresyABB at checkout.
Let's do a quick station identification. And thank you to our patrons. Without you, none of this would be possible. All right, so I think we're going to start off with hobby progress. It's like we have a routine, and we follow that routine, kind of.
sometimes.
And I'll start, and then Jamie. What have you done?
same thing you did.
Outstanding.
I've had a very trying, long week this week. I actually did get, I don't know, I guess it not heresy related hobby. I had to print out a bunch of stuff for a kid project and then paint them or prime them for my son. They're doing a marketing thing in school, and that's really all I've had time for. I've had a really bad week, so sorry.
Jamie's week has been weak.
Done.
Next. Me?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, at the beginning of the week, or during this week, during the hobby hangout, I finished building the Kratos for the Ultramarine army. I'm fiddling with the army a bit more so I can try to maybe remove the autocannons from the sponson things on the hull from the Kratos and put last cannons on there so it's full dedicated tank destruction. I'm not sure how I'm going to shave points on that list yet, but I'm working on that. And during the rest of the week, I spent building the Fellblade. I've got hit this bad boy right here assembled, other than its sponson weapons, because honestly the sponson weapons kind of got a little out of hand, and I just didn't have enough time to finish those as well. But other than that, waiting on some stuff that I've ordered to arrive. Trying to figure out how to adjust the Night Lord's list to go up to 3,500 so that I can hopefully attend the Battle Barn event towards the end of May next month. That's it. So I've been building the Fellblade and building the Kratos. So, Bri, what have you done this week?
Help the kids with priming some of their tanks that they have. Trying to teach them how to rattle cam prime tanks. Played a game of Heresy Friday. Left my army there so that a friend of mine that recently got out of prison could try 30K. And he had a good time with it. And that was really about all the hobby-related stuff.
Okay. So,
And the dreaded John.
yeah, kind of guess that leaves us with John.
All right, look, I knew I was going to have a lot of time this week. That's why I went overboard last week. So this week, I was thinking about my next 500 points for Mechanicum. I thought I was going to work on a Magos on Abeyant, so I painted a little bit of base coat on the Abeyant. And then I realized, no, I probably just need to work on more Castellax. So to finish off the ones I've got, they still need their UV resin splash water effects. So I put up the cool cure station that Jamie gave me. at Adepticon, so I can start curing those when I get them ready. I decided to finally bust out the Noosh from Monument Hobbies and started doing weathering washes on all of the 6 Castellax and Thanatar that I've gotten finished, and I think they came out very nice. And also applied all their mud effects to get all their feet all grimy and disgusting, so that way I can't tell any of the nice details that I painted there, and I'm going to skip that next time, so it'll make it a lot faster to paint the Mechanicum stuff. And then I built 6 new Castellax for the next 500 points. I also found dug up my old Super Walker from the old Covenant of Fire Puck Off Tank Off, and put that beside the Castellax to kind of make sure I'm kind of keeping unified with the scheme that I've been painting, since I took a break for 3 years. Painted one model, take a break for 3 years, and paint some more. And it looks okay. It looks kind of in the same realm. The wash isn't as dirty on the big tank. It's a lot brighter whites and things like that, but I think I like this more grimy look on these Mechanicum models better. So I think I'm going to keep at it. And then today we had a 2-game event. And so I showed up with my Cobra Sentinel Horde. First game was against Jackson with his Death Guard. It was a blast of a game. Ended up just losing that one, if I remember correctly, because of the way the objectives work. They all kind of fell from the sky. I think it was a mission stolen from either Fearix or us at Adepticon. Every turn, a new objective would arrive from the sky, so you ended up with 8 at the end of the game. And you only scored objectives at the end of the game, not during the turns. So it was kind of interesting there. And then the second game was against Knights, which was interesting, I'll say the least. He had an Asterius, the Porphyrin, 2 Castigators, 2 Line Knights with Thermal Lances and Chain Swords, and then a double Chain Gun Warlord. I thought my Sentinels were going to be honestly destroyed, because Sentinels do not work so well against Knights. But I found out that if I outflank Knights Sentinels like I usually do, the rear armor on them is 11, and multi-lasers in mass can indeed plink down some hull points after you get all 3 statuses on there, so you don't have to worry about that stupid table anymore. So I ended up just losing on Last Man Standing, because it killed a couple extra squads, and he managed to keep 4 Knights alive. And I only had 3 squads, 2 individual Sentinels and a Russ left at the end of the game. But it was a insane knockdown drag out fight. Had a blast. That's all I did this week.
Okay. Well, does that take us to news?
I believe that takes us to the news.
Got news. When I click share now, you're supposed to share now.
Yeah, it's highly overrated.
There we go. All right. So this week we had obviously the release of a bunch of cool stuff you can steal for Militia, Solar Ox, and Mechanicum. Inquisitor Kroll is $60 for a single model on a mount. The Dogmata Superior is $74 for an Abeyant. And then Commissar Graves in the Ghoul Wagon is $102.
And don't bother with the new Armageddon tank formation, because
New Armageddon tank formation is $255 for 2 of the 6 wheels, a half track, and Rogaldorn, and it's already sold out online.
It was I think it was sold out in the first 5 minutes, because I was actually maybe getting it.
So
yeah,
if
and the dice too.
Enough to get the tank formation for the Italian and the character tank, you'd get 5 tanks, and you'd have spent $360.
Yep.
That sounds insane. Maybe that's just me, but that sounds insane.
Does anyone other than me remember when you could get the? I think this was in
12 Lemon Rust battle tanks. Yes, I had the box.
Yes.
I remember exactly $90 for 3 Earthshakers, and I bought 3 of those.
Yeah, I think it was $250 for 12 Lehman Russ. Yeah, with upgrade sprues. Now, you get a Lehman Russ, you have 2 different extra sprues you have to get for them.
Yep.
It's ridiculous. Absolutely insane.
I think we all just showed our age there.
Yeah, $102 for a half track is a little insane to me. I think it's neat. If it was $60, I probably would have bought it.
Yeah.
I give you the fell blade. How much does that cost again?
I bought a glaive today. They were $178.
Yeah, it's
Jesus
different
Christ.
Yeah.
I'm
Next
not
week.
paying $50 for a glorified World War II half track.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, how about next week? You get a bunch of white scars bits. Problem is, they seem to be, say, at Warhammer the Old World Cathay army on them. So we're getting the mounted and dismounted character. They're iron gunners, peasant levy. These peasants would be really cool for a kind of feudal oriental militia army. And then the important parts, Charonite Ogrins, the rapid fire support battery, and the direct fire rapier battery. So everything that we got previewed at Adepticon for the Solar Ox is coming out next week, including
The journal.
Battle for Talarn Part 1.
So,
Will there be a Part 2?
so the
Hopefully
Isfahan
someday.
Journal was part 1 as well, right?
Yep. That was the joke.
Well, yeah. Drop Pod Massacre Part 1. This Part
Yeah.
1. I don't think any of the other ones had a part.
I keep waiting for them to drop, like, I don't know, the Battle of Nowhere That Matters Part 2 instead of Part 1. Just so everybody like, what? Did I miss
Wait.
something?
Yeah.
So it does specifically call out that we're getting another new mission pack with armored spearhead engagements, which are designed to work with armies packed to the brim with tanks and armored vehicles. You're also getting rules for the Dracosan command tank, which was never mentioned before. The Spartan Prometheus command tank, which we did see a preview of. And then new rules for the rapier carriers that are up there and the Charonite Ogrins, which doesn't make any sense, but we'll see what happens.
The Spartan Prometheus, that was a Spartan with the heavy bolter sponsons, right?
Correct.
So far that we think, yes. It could also be, they might throw in the old Apocalypse vehicle sprue or something like that. Who knows?
I thought they showed pictures of it.
They showed a picture, and it was just from the front 75 degree or 75%. So it could have something on the back. I don't know. I doubt it, but
I can't see that because it would add an additional sprue, and this just the way they work. They're probably just swapping out the las cannon, quad las cannon sprue for the
Spartan or for the Fellblade sprue.
yeah. That's it has to do with sprue packaging. So
That's
I
what
don't see them adding another one because that Fellblade, the sponson sprue has the laser. What is it? The laser array and the quad heavy bolters.
Yep.
So
Laser destroyers.
laser destroyer.
I'm hoping that maybe they'll throw in some other nice goodies. It'd be nice that way you could have more than just heavy bolters that also come on the normal Spartan to mark out your command tank.
John, you know what they say about hope.
I know.
Okay.
Also released something that they haven't, that we haven't mentioned lately.
Oh.
It's not actually been mentioned on the community website much. The Zardu Layak novel came out on the 24th.
Oh yeah.
Yep, the Crimson Apostle book. I know, because I had pre-ordered it. I got it, and I've started reading it. It's, for being about word bear, surprisingly good.
Interesting.
Yes. Gives a pretty nice amount of background to Zardu Layak. A character I never really cared much about before. I still don't really care about him that much, but he's got more depth than we originally just thought.
Yeah, he kind of only showed up in the Siege of Terra or right before the Siege of Terra when he had to go get.
Yeah, yep. He actually has some interesting bits of. His background's kind of fun. He was actually a member of the Ashen Circle, a leader of the Ashen Circle. He
Nice.
led specialized attachments of that, and he was originally burning knowledge. And then Lorgar told him, stop burning knowledge and start saving it, because you need to read it, and so do I. So it's actually, like I said, it's actually pretty good. Which, like I said, surprised me.
Nice.
Is it with the stuff they previewed for Adepticon? The only thing they have not pre-released the Falchion one.
Falchion?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, I think so.
I hope we get that in the next month or so.
Well,
By the way,
sorry, go ahead.
I got a real quick question.
Yeah.
Look at if you're watching us and watching the stream or whatever, look at the Fire Sport Rapier battery on the GW community website. Look at the image of it.
Uh-huh.
Does the top one of those two pictures look like they forgot to paint a piece of it?
The
Like
armor
right
piece
there?
here?
Yeah.
No, it's got highlights on it.
Yeah, that's
It's that gray that they're using on some of these armor pieces here. See, right? It's on their breeches and undercoat.
Because it just kind of stands out on the image as like not.
It's a lot darker here because of the overcast shadow from the laser battery.
the laser batteries are different right there too.
Yep. Yeah, the multi-laser battery and then the turbo laser battery, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Next up, GW during the week previewed 11th edition is going to have a bunch of Blood Angel stuff in it. So if you're looking for cool bits, maybe you can get some cheap from people that buy it and then find out 11th edition is going to be just like 10th edition. And then you should get them into Heresy. During the week, we got the previews for another Black Book drop of Alpha Legion.
Sneaky beakies.
And then there was one more that I thought was kind of neat article was the Necromunda Wheels of Fury. This is a self-contained custom racer game.
I really thought you were joking there for a second when you said Wheels of Fury.
Nope, that is what it's called.
Okay.
What?
So you can download those and run side events at Heresy events or Joy Toy had some drops this week. First up, Games Workshop merchandise website is running a sale on the last few pieces for some of their Joy Toy stuff. So the Mark 6 Iron Warriors Tactical Sergeant, the Mark 5 Imperial Fist Apothecary, the Blood Angel Predator, and the House Raven Imperial Knight are all on sale right now, as well as the Titus Helmet Withstand. They have given them a whopping 10% discount.
So it's normal price now?
It's still more expensive than normal price, yeah.
Okay.
We had some new Joy Toys drop this week. We had the Iron Warriors Pravian with bolt pistol.
Yeah.
Giant backpack. And some servo skulls. The Iron Warriors Warsmith with Graviton Crusher. The unhelmeted head is not my favorite one. It's the
Sputnik or Soviet cosmonaut one.
No, it's the clean-shaven guy, not the
okay.
not the mustache one.
Every time I see that hammer, I'm reminded of that rocket hammer a guy in a movie had.
Battle Angel.
Yes, Alita Battle Angel. Every time I see that Graviton Crusher, I'm like,
Looks like something from Final Fantasy too, man.
yeah. I mean, it's anime ridiculous, but
It'd be really cool in the hands of Leviathan with this Joy Toy scale one.
yeah.
I think it'd be
I'm sure there's a
really...
giant seam on it.
I'm pretty sure it would probably be really cool if somebody used that right there as like a weapon for Demon Parabo. Well, whatever.
Parabo,
Yeah, there you
Yep.
go.
Yeah, that could be cool.
And then Sons of Horus got some stuff. We got the Dark Emissary.
Hey, look at all these consoles and everything that they're running. It looks like it's on topic.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
kind
like
of
they
a
have
little.
to cover those or something.
Yeah, weird. All right, what else?
Finally,
You're in
Asheradan.
Asher. Hey, look, he's got knives.
He's got a knife and a big ass axe and 2 pistols.
2 crazy looking bolt pistols.
Yeah, they're like almost like 6-gun with mags.
Yeah.
And that hideous axe that I absolutely despise on the actual regular model and on this one.
Yeah, that's like a
comically oversized.
It is. I just think it looks ridiculous.
You know what it is? It's the bottom of that arrow from the Eye of Horus.
Yeah, and the gorget is way oversized too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or cuirass or whatever. His chest piece is just gigantic. It looks like the Death Guard gut plate on his chest.
It does, really. That's a unfortunately good way of looking at it. But that's also how the model is, so.
Yep. So we had some unofficial stuff that might be cool for your gaming needs. We covered Assassins a couple weeks ago, and Puppets War decided to drop some, they call them Eliminator droids.
Are these files or
So we've
physical
got-
models?
These are physicals.
Jack, like, man, I have to actually buy something. And like,
First up is the Not Calexis with his snake eyes look. The Not Eversur. The Not Vindicare. And the Not Calexis.
It's kind of neat. I mean, it's not bad.
Yeah, if they had
It'd be neat
files
for like an
them.
Iron Hands, like Keys of Hell list or something.
Yeah, that would be kind of neat.
Mordian did another announcement. Jack,
Ooh, files.
what does it say?
Files.
Now available as STLs. So their little buggies as well as their planes that was a Kickstarter is now available separately.
So we get the Battlestar Galactica fighters now?
Yep.
Neat.
Andrew locally printed that thing, and he said there's like 1,000 different combinations and customizations to
he did
that
the
comes
big
in that kit.
like the bomber.
Yeah. Yeah, the bomber and the fighter both share the same fuselage. The fuselage is just doubled up on the bomber and some other stuff.
It also looks like the skimmer or the land speeder thing from the Battle of Hoth.
Yeah, I can see some like maybe V-wing or some other inspirations here on the bottom one too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's
And
not bad. It's neat.
The middle one kind of looked like a vamp, G.I. Joe vamp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Warlord Games finally dropped the STL for their giant 3D printable crab walker of death.
And you had to sign up for their website, so I said pass.
Yep. Jack, more good news. Cromlech announced that they're going to be offering 3D prints now instead of offering a bunch of resin and custom stuff.
Okay.
They might be doing STLs later, but they claim that this is not going to be sacrificing any of their affordable pricing for building large dioramas and battlefields.
I don't think the pricing was the problem, it was the shipping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll agree there.
Puppets War announced their Norse Stalkers. So if you want to do a themed Space Wolves
Hey, Will?
army.
Basically,
Well, these are for you.
Yeah, Will. There's some cool heads here.
Brian and Will.
Yep.
Yeah, Brian and Will, these guys are for you all.
Don't lump me into this.
No, with the
Not
with
Brian.
the E,
Yeah, the other Brian.
the other Brian.
Yeah, jackass.
Army
Right.
Painter is starting to finally split up their John Blanche sets.
Oh. Well, that's nice when you run out of a particular paint. You can actually restock it.
Yep.
Yes.
And having used some of these, I can say that they are nice quality. The Army Painter in the past had a real bad consistency issue, I guess is the best way to say. Sometimes they'd be good, sometimes they'd be shit. But every one that I've tried out of these war paints, the new war paints line, especially the Blanche stuff, has been really nice.
War Paint Fanatic has been a pretty good line.
Yep.
Can't agree.
There's a new Kickstarter called Sector 12 or 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, XVII 17.
Yep. So this is another totally not GW knockoff modular terrain experience with a bunch of really cool power generators and bases and sludge dumps. Just another 3D printable.
Y'all just wait, man. I'm
All right.
making a prison table.
I really need to get a bamboo printer. I really do.
I do, and I've I've been looking at those this week.
It's just such a hard pill to swallow.
It is.
It looks like all in, they still have some early birds available. You get all 70 STLs and over 100 files for $25.
Jack is literally going to go to it right now.
No, because I don't have a printer. I already have.
You can do them on resin. It's just
A pain in the tits.
I would probably do resin for some of these things like the sludge pile and some of the other highly detailed stuff.
It takes so many
You
plates
don't have
to do
a
a whole entire
printer.
table.
Yep.
You don't have a printer right now.
Yeah.
So you know what? I'm gonna do it on a resin printer just to piss you off. I'm printing the table off on it.
Man, I've tried it, and I like 7 plates in. I just throw my hands up like I have other stuff that I want to print. That's not a table that's going to see the light of day once a year.
Oh God.
In other printable news, Signum Games has announced their Grav Tank Dominator series.
That are definitely not custodies.
Yep. I like the eagles on the prow, but they're very blocky for not custodes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They don't have the smooth trim lines.
Yeah.
they look like a 50s Cadillac. They're just not.
I was thinking like a scorpion tank from Halo.
Halo. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a
If
grab
the
version.
original cars or the original ones are like a souped up Tesla Model C or whatever, these look like a Cybertruck comparatively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tesla Model C.
I mean, the other ones have smooth lines. These,
Yes.
no, not at all.
Not so much.
What's
And then
wrong
finally-
with the one at home?
Yeah, these are the grav tanks we have at home.
Finally, Mad Robot Miniatures has announced a set of tricorn hybrid torsos. So you get tricorn hats and that silly button-up thing that you see in a lot of assassins.
Okay. So you too can fight the Revolutionary War in France.
Yep. Or
Okay.
hunt down Jack the Ripper.
Yes, that too works.
Hey, what?
And that, gentlemen, is all the news.
Yay, no more news. Well, we talked about it last week.
Did
We
we?
talked about, or I mentioned the need for further discussion on the generic commands, Centurion and console types, due to how many there are and the fact that so many of them are infrequently seen on the tabletop or used in lists.
We've also had a lot of people actually recently ask for that too. They're like, y'all need new consoles. We're like, okay.
Yeah, that's also been a thing. So I'll preface this by saying, from my experience, I normally see one of 4 or 5 console types used most of the time. You get the generic Centurion, you get champions, you get librarians, you get some masters of signal,
Siege
and
Breaker.
siege breakers. And if you're not seeing those, you're seeing maybe something from one of the various specialists, like the emissary, the dark emissary, or something. Or an
I've seen a couple of the dude that controls like AdMech bots.
Yeah,
Couple of them.
Praetorian.
Van.
I saw a warmonger today, and I was like, "Woo, nice!"
Yeah.
Cool. But I think all of us can kind of agree that we don't really see a lot of variety in them.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, there's a couple that are. This is just me, not everybody on the podcast. There's a couple that are kind of like almost go-tos just because of how useful or powerful they are with what they grant the army, the rest of the army. So
You're not wrong. And last edition, it was kind of the same way. I mean, you saw librarians for biomancy, you saw chaplains for stubborn or fearless and hatred. You saw master of signal.
Primus Medicae.
Primus Medicae.
Yep.
And maybe some of the other specialist ones, but you didn't see them.
Pretty rare. Pretty rare.
So today, rather than let every other one of them just sit there and be ignored by everybody, this is what we're going to talk about. We're not going through all of them today because there's a lot.
There's a lot.
So,
may I have
gonna
one request as we do this? Because
of course
we're doing it in alphabetical order, so that everybody knows how's it going on outside. But for people who maybe haven't looked at the Legacy of Darkness, maybe we should say what book this unit is from, because we have included the add-ons from the journals, right?
Yeah, we're not including the Legion specifics because those were covered in the Legion reviews.
Yep.
But we are covering the journal ones.
Right. So maybe,
and we're not going to differentiate between a regular one, a jump pack one, and a Terminator one. We're not going that deep.
Yeah, but that's my one request, is just denoting where this choice is from.
That seems reasonable to me.
Yep. We'll also note if Legacies gives them special things, like, for instance, the Chaplain in the book comes on foot. That's it. Legacies gives you Jump Pack Chaplain and Mounted Chaplain and Terminator Chaplain.
Yep.
So we will mention that, but we will not be going over the individual etceteras of just those separate segments.
So you want to start with the worst, in my opinion, or one of the least chosen, and for a reason?
Certainly, go right ahead. Which one do you feel that is?
The Armistos.
Okay. That's a hard pill for me to swallow, but go ahead.
So the Armistos, his claim to fame is he gets an augury scanner. And he can take anything from the Legion heavy weapons. John, what's an augury scanner? An augury scanner is a magical piece of war gear. I'm sorry, he also gets implacable advance. This is probably the more important part. The augury scanner means you can't take damage mitigation rolls. The implacable advance is what turns any weapon into an assault weapon. Now, the downside of that is, as long as it doesn't have the heavy or ordnance rules. But this man can only buy heavy weapons and sergeant melee weapons.
So he does, however, get ballistic skill 5.
He does get ballistic skill 5, and he comes with 3 wounds.
In 2.0, he would have been hot as you know what. He would have been
He was hot because I had a couple in 1.0. 1.0, he limited his guns. Like, he could only have the Volkite or the missile, and I think the heavy bolter. And he gave the whole squad he was with +1 ballistic skill. That was hot. 2.0, he got access to all the guns.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he still got +1 ballistic skill, but I think it was more limited or something. There was some other rule. It wasn't as nice as 1.0, but it was still good because he had all the guns. Now,
you still got the Cognisignum for the +1 BS, but it only applied when you were shooting, so it didn't count for any reactions.
Right. Okay.
Now, he has the ability to shoot weapons with the assault trait as long as they don't have heavy ordnance rules. All of the Legion heavy weapons, heavy bolter, autocannon, missile launcher, multi-melta, plasma cannon, Volkite, las cannon. The only ones that really don't have the heavy rule.
Heavy flamer.
Heavy
the
flamer.
the heavy flamer. I don't think the Volkite does either. No, it has heavy firepower. Shit.
Assault cannon?
He doesn't have
Also
assault
heavy
cannon.
firepower.
He has auto cannon.
Heavy firepower.
Missile launcher has heavy damage, I think.
Yeah. But
Plasma
you could
cannon
take a
has
last
heavy
cannon and a power fist, which is nice.
Yep. Well,
I mean,
either way, what I'm saying is, for 70 points to then pay on top of your 70 points, 25 more points for a last cannon, and then 15 points for a Thunderhammer and or Power Fist, you're cracking in.
For a model that only has weapon skill 4, it does not have weapon skill 5 like most command squad, for most command models.
Yep.
So
One
He's
heavy
got a
weapon
2-up,
attack.
5-up isn't terrible, but it's still expensive.
The heavy weapons, are they free to him, or does he have to pay points for them?
No,
You
you
have
got to
to pay
pay
the
for 'em.
normal points.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, before he used to come with the heavy bolter for free. Now he comes with nothing for free. You
A
got to
bolt
get
pistol and frag and crack grenades.
yeah.
Yeah, you.
So I had one for my world leaders, and he had a power axe, and he still got it on the model, and he had a heavy Volkite, or the Volkite Culverin, or whatever. And I love that model. It's great. Haven't used it, except for like one game, so I feel kind of foolish. But he was
Yeah.
the first edition. So
I had a guy that I thought was going to be a master of signals, but I couldn't figure out what to do with his left arm even after I painted him, and I eventually put a cool Volkite on him. So he had a really cool techie backpack and a special scanner, and then it's like, oh, this would be a good Armistos. Yep, played him in 2.0. You haven't seen him since.
So I don't think he's utterly worthless.
he is.
No, he's just, I just don't. I honestly think he's probably worse than the Vigilante.
For a heavy weapon squad, he is a third the price for just about any weapon. You get an augury scanner, which only costs you 10 points in the squad to begin with.
Yep.
For what? A 2-up save with a 5-up invuln on one character that's one shot at BS5 or one heavy weapon at BS5 because the implacable advance is virtually worthless on him.
He does get better soft stats. That is something. It's not a lot of something.
They're not great soft stats.
No, they're
they're not.
op day. I mean, they're not great.
Take an op day for a third the point.
He is someone you could think maybe about throwing Paragon of Battle about onto him, so you can have ballistic skill 6 with a heavy weapon. But that's really pushing and wasting Paragon.
It's still not worth it.
No, it's not.
You're spending points on points to try to make something work when you have so many other options for your points.
I know. It's an idea and a concept that I've always liked in Heresy, was the Armistos being the leader of the guys with the guns. It was always neat. But yeah, it's kind of a disappointment right now.
I love the idea of like a high level character. It's like, I'll show you boys how it's done. Bang.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's in novels, it's in fluff, but functionally on the battlefield, it's really, really lacking right now.
Did we say this was a legacy entry?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is in Legacies.
And he's not available on mounted or in Terminator armor.
Yep.
Now, if he was in Terminator armor, I think that would be kind of a neat idea, but that's not available. So.
Yep. So from the dregs to the tops, Legion Champion. Out of the normal book, Legacies gets you Jump Pack for an extra 30 points, or Bike or Jet Bike for an extra 40 or 50 points respectively, or any of the Terminators for an extra 30 points.
And he comes with a free Paragon Blade.
Yeah, 105 points base with a Paragon Blade and a Volkite Serpenta.
Yeah, he okay. I constantly give that guy Paragon of Battle. I also use my Apex attachment to unlock additional characters in the command, because that gives you another possible unlock for a prime slot for a character. And I have lists, and I have played where I have thrown 2 champions in a list, both with Paragon of Battle, both with Paragon Blades and Jump Packs, running around being absolute menaces to society.
You know what else is great about this guy?
Oh, I'd love to hear it, John.
His freaking detachment.
He is a good one. Go ahead.
I'm trying to find it. You have it?
I'm pretty sure that I do.
Gives you a retinue, a heavy transport, and I think an elite.
Yep. Yeah, I know. I always take it for the retinue of the transport. Nothing like
I don't
throwing a
mind
bunch of
Champlain.
suzerains and a Spartan into your allied list.
And where's this detachment at?
It's a regular book.
Okay.
The regular Marine book.
Now, the one kind of downside to him, if this is even a downside, is that you have to play the challenge game. You get a weapon skill 6 character, so he's Paragon Blade, weapon skill 6. If you throw Paragon in battle on there, he's weapon skill 7. So he's as good as people like Sigismund, Karn, Sevatar. He's world beater level. He can pound on a regular Centurion all day long and kill him. You can, with that, pound on most generic Praetors and kill them as well.
Yeah, the detachment's called Veteran
salty.
Cadre.
It might be salty, but he's no shield captain.
He is no shield captain, I will agree. But what he is 105 points of beat stick, or if you give him the jump pack, 30 points? 35 points?
135.
Yeah, 135 with a beat as a beat stick. That's still really good. I mean,
So he's got
Go ahead.
he's got 2 upgrades available. He can swap his Volkite Serpenta for a Combi Melta for 10 points, or he can have Melta Bombs for 5. I never see either of these.
I put Melta Bombs on mine just for the off chance that I encounter that Iron Hands Dreadnought character who can accept a challenge that I have to issue when I charge.
No point. He can't use multi bombs on that.
Eh.
I could see like a Dreadnought being a little scary to a squad that he's with, but not scary enough that all the suzerains can't hack its legs off.
See, I don't play suzerains, so that's an issue for me.
No, what? Not
Not yet.
I've also seen a lot of people playing. This is the point why I throw them on there, Brian. People playing that you can use Melta Bombs or grenades against dreads.
Well, that's fair. I'm just saying.
In the base rules,
in the
no.
normal rules, you can't. I will
Yeah.
say that Melta Bombs on him is a good choice because you never know when there's that AV-14 pain in the ass late game that you just got to get rid of, and it's got a couple hull points left. It's very useful for that.
They're cheap enough that if you got 5 points to spare, you know where it's going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As opposed to where it used to go, which was always a dozer blade. But yeah. But no, I love the champion. I think adding mobility to the champion and using him as part of a fast reaction squad is a wonderful way to go. The only way I don't personally think that they actually work very well is with Terminator armor. Because you're required to foot slog. If you're in Cataphracti, you become heavy, so you're suffering initiative value in that challenge that you have to accept or have to issue. And it kind of feels like you're gimping yourself a bit.
I don't have that struggle. I mean, I don't run champions, but if I did, they'd probably be in Terminator armor just for the flavor of it.
Well,
It'd be really cool to you. That's why you could use that old Forge World website exclusive guy. One with the double-handed giant lady thing.
Yep. The only other gripe I really have about them is you can't, as you mentioned, you can't change that Paragon Blade for anything.
Yep.
I
had one with a Thunderhammer in 1.0.
Yep. I'd really like to swap that for something else, like Thunderhammers, because we all know we all like Thunderhammers. But I get why you're not supposed to, and why they limit you there. It just feels a bit...
It's just a Paragon hammer.
Yeah, it's a Paragon hammer, but it just doesn't have the +3 strength or the -2 initiative or yada, yada, yada.
Yep.
I mean, I get it. Champions. Everyone sees them.
Yep.
A lot of people play them.
High 5 and 5 attacks, nothing to sneeze at.
Nope. Not at all. What's next?
The Chaplain. 80 points for soft stats with a bolt pistol and a stick.
And this is in the main one.
Main
This is
rule
also in the
book.
main book. Legacies get you access. So 80 points in the main book. Legacies gets you a jump pack for an extra 20. Bikes or jet bikes for 30 or 40, respectfully. Or finally, Terminators for 30.
All right. First edition. These guys were amazing.
Yep.
I used them with my world leaders all the time. I had one for my Blood Angels. I had one for my Sons of Horus, and I had one for my Iron Warriors. Second edition, Sons of Horus and the world leaders both used them. The Blood Angels did not. This edition, I don't really see myself using one at all. I mean,
You could stick one in a Damocles Command Rhino because the Command Rhino radiates whatever soft scores you want to use.
Yeah.
But in that instance,
That's a lot of points doing that, though.
yeah, it's 200 points and 2 command squads choices to do that.
So
yeah.
So they don't give you fearless or anything anymore?
No, it's
Fearless
just
doesn't exist.
it's
Yeah.
just the soft score buff.
Yep.
Leadership
And-
9, cool 10, which is what you're paying for mainly. Willpower 8, intelligence 7.
And you can't really take anything other than the Crozius and the bolt pistol. You can swap your pistol for other pistols, which is okay,
Or buy melta bombs.
and buy a melta bomb, but you get the Crozius, which with weapon skill 5 is basically a slightly better power mace.
Yep.
Or power maul.
I forget what we said about it. We were talking about this in a group chat a while back, and him and the Primus Medicae, if you just gave them like something that was like a once per game activated cool benefit, okay, we could find use for you. But right now, it's like the Armistos. What the fuck? At least in his case, you can use him if you like plan to fail, but I don't generally build lists on planning to fail. I build lists on do this thing, and then if I don't successfully do that thing, I have other options somewhere else.
Very well said. I used to, in second edition with my jump, my jump reavers for my Sons of Horus, I always included a chaplain because sitting there adding hatred was wonderful. Adding his leadership effects in second edition made that unit a standout. I mean, they were able to chew through anything short of custodians really quickly, especially when I got the charge. Now, it feels like he doesn't really add anything unless you are, as you said, planning to fail.
I would almost swap the Apothecary's reaction to him and make the Apothecary's like a 6-up feel no pain or something. Like he's trying to preach to brothers to get them back in the fight or something.
I don't know quite what I would do, except maybe allow him the ability to maybe rally a single squad once per turn or eliminate statuses from a single squad once per turn without a roll due to his expectations of get up there and do your job.
Yeah.
That I could see being useful.
Yep.
Him as he is.
Especially if that was during like your movement phase when it was more relevant, like a super nuncio box.
Yeah, something like that I think would make a chaplain better. As it is right now, they just feel lacking. Just like the Armistos. I mean, you're seeking a way to try to make a model that doesn't have a lot of purpose have a good purpose, and it just doesn't do it right now.
Yep. You want another kind of meh guy?
Yes.
The Delegatus. Yeah.
And where's this one
This is in
located at?
Legacies.
Legacies, thank you.
Legacy's exclusive. So for 100 points, what Weapon skill and ballistic skill 5. Nice. 3 wounds, I5, 4 attacks. 9 and 8s across the board for soft stats. The 2 up, 5 up. This guy isn't terrible. Comes with a bolter and a bolt pistol. He can take any officer war gear. He can also take combi weapons or a shotgun or a Volkite charger. Pair of lightning claws. Man, this guy sounds like a beat stick. And then you also get a special rule, which is a command model with this special rule unlocks an extra Apex detachment, but awards victory points for Slay the Warlord.
So this is the budget high command for when you don't have a high command and you don't want one. And
Well,
you
I mean,
still
that's what
want to
he-
unlock an Apex attachment.
I mean, that's what he used to do. I mean, like, basically, if you didn't want to drop the huge points on a small, like a ZM
If
or
you didn't want a Praetor in a ZM game. Yep,
just
you're right.
what you would use.
And
Yeah,
this
it was a
guy's
good
still-
way to run an all jet bike army at 1,500 points.
Yeah. I mean, he
Yep.
was the cheap HQ. I mean, that's what he was. I mean,
Yeah, no one really used the Centurion before. We used this guy if you needed something. Because he became a warlord.
yeah.
So I've
He's not-
seen.
He's
Go
not
ahead.
terrible. He's pretty fighty. I mean, like I said, weapon skill and ballistic skill 5. He can take those guns, or he can take a pair of claws, which you can blend through a bunch of stuff with. You can also buy him mounted versions, so an extra 30 points to get him a bike, or 40 for a jet bike, and he can even take Terminator armor for 20 points.
There's one cheaty thing I've seen done with him twice. And it's not really cheating, obviously, but people included him so they could get a second Apex detachment.
Yep.
And that works with the drawback of you have a second high command, in essence, that gives Slay the Warlord. If you don't really care about Slay the Warlord and you just really want to unlock that second Apex detachment, cool, more power to you.
Did you take 2 and then take 3 Apex detachments? I'm trying to read the rules. It says
If a model with this special rule is selected to fill a command squad,
an army
slot,
may not include more than one model with this special rule. Never mind.
There we go. Okay, cool. Yeah. I'm about to say, I thought you could only do once. But yeah, I mean, for
there are
100
some good
points,
Apex detachments, so I can kind of see it.
There are. And this guy, if you dumped the Paragon of Battle on him, he does bump up to weapon skill 6. So he is pretty fighty, as you said. You can give him good gear to make him fightier. I don't think he's a bad choice. I think amongst all the ones we've talked about so far, other than the champion, he's actually got the best utility with that extra Apex unlock. And
If you want to build a Terminator heavy force, this would be the guy to do it.
yeah, I think this guy could do that, especially for ZM games.
Oh, not Terminator, sorry. Elite heavy, because Apex detachment is the elite one.
Yeah, my bad. Or heavy assault.
Yep.
Yeah, so if you wanted to do that for ZM and you don't want to take a Praetor, throw him in there. He's not bad. He's a fairly decent choice. If you already have a Praetor and you want to get that second Apex unlock, do that.
Did you glue Volkite Serpentis to all 70 of your breachers, and now you have to take them all as veteran breachers, and you need extra elite choices? Look at the Delegatus.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a personal thing.
I've heard many a people say it.
Are you many of people?
No, Will, and some others are many a people.
Oh, okay.
It's me. I'm Minnie. I'm Minnie of people. Nice to meet you.
Jack's many of people. Now they did, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't they, Forge World / GW a couple of years ago, put out a Delegatus character model?
Yeah,
Or-
he was in Alpha. It was like Alpha Legion with a little beat stick.
Yep.
Yeah.
He had like a little club, like nightstick, beat stick, and it kind of had like lion flourishes all over its mask and chest.
Yeah, he
Yep.
was the Artillery score model.
Yeah,
That's
Yep.
right.
yeah.
Which is actually a pretty nice model
It is, but I mean,
for Alpha Legion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, I used them a lot in 1.0 and I wanted to take an all bike, or 1 and 2.0 when I wanted to take low points Rights of War.
He does only have low-level leadership soft stats, 9
Yep.
and then 8 for everything else. So he's not as good as a Praetor stat-wise. But he's
Close
if you're
enough.
not worried about only cool, like the champion or the chaplain, he's more well-rounded on his soft stats. So, I mean, he's not bad. I would definitely think about including him, especially at lower point games. That's my takeaway on the Delegatus.
Yeah. Next in the normal Marine book is the Esoterist.
The terrorist? What?
Esoterists.
I know. It was a joke.
All right.
95 points.
Yeah.
You get weapon skill, ballistic skill 5 again. 7, 8, willpower 10, which is going to be important in a second. Legacies get you extras, and the fact that you get a jump pack for 30 points.
You also get a force weapon for free.
Yep, free force weapon and free Archaeotech pistol.
You
could buy him a bike and a jet bike for 40 or 50 points, or Terminator armor for 30 points.
Out of the legacies for those, but the base guy's out of the main book. So one thing I kind of like about this guy, the Anathema Discipline, he's obviously the guy who most people run around summoning demons. He gets the following with the Anathema Discipline. You get Fear 1 base. Just start off, here's some fear. You get a psychic weapon with Void Darts, which is not bad, not really great, but not bad. If you're loyalist, you can seal the veil. If you're a traitor, you can breach the veil, and the trait Anathema. Void Darts are range 16, D6 for your firepower, strength 5, AP 4, damage 1, shred 5 up, and force damage. So you're sitting there using that, and you're causing 2D shots. That's not bad. It is a psychic weapon. Breaching the Veil lets you select one unit from Demonic Manifestation Detachment and that's in reserves and plunk them down onto the table. And Seal the Veil means that when you make a manifestation check, the target unit cannot make a setup move more than an inch when a charge roll is made, and they cannot use. They have to discard the highest roll rather than the lowest.
So,
if you're summoning demons, he's great. If you're playing word bearers, he's wonderful.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's almost like a default for word bearer players, or if you're summoning demons. That's
if you know you're fighting demons, take him to stop them.
Yeah,
I don't think it's only just demons. His ability to sit there and say, witchy poo, you are no longer going to get a setup move is really effective against a lot of assault armies.
Yeah, fuck Gal Vorback.
Gal Vorback, Night Lord's Raptors, where I'm sitting there moving 5 inches for my setup move. And most of the time I'm getting close enough that my charge is in that setup move so I can ignore the volley fire. Setting that down is pretty good. It's actually really effective, as I found out, on the hard end.
How hard was the end?
Well, I failed the charge because of it.
The hardest.
So it was the hardest.
I feel so bad for you.
I had a 6-inch charge, so it was a great one. My setup move should have put me 1 inch away, so I would have been able to. Sorry, should have put me 2 inches away, so I should have been able to sit there and get into close combat. And I couldn't. And
Night Raptors are Malefic?
No, you don't have to use it only on Malefic.
Yeah, it specifically says the reactive player may choose to declare a Seal the Veil psychic reaction at the start of step 3 of the charge procedure for a charge declared by the active player for a model, which includes models with the Malefic subtype.
Then I got fucked.
Yeah.
Oh well.
How did that feel?
Well, I failed the charge anyway, so
A hard tip came with some surprises.
yeah.
I want to say something about psychic powers, though, that I think a lot of people are missing. Any result of doubles, even if it's not ones or sixes, are perils.
Yep.
Yeah.
People, I think, are missing that. So what happens if you perils on doubles that are not ones or sixes? You just become stunned, and the power fails.
So you're stacking yourself with a status that extends by then to your whole squad.
Yeah, no reactions because you're stunned status. You no longer can score. You fight at initiative 1, all that stuff. But it's a very easily missed thing because of the way it's worded out. The reason why they have that chart in the book is because if you rolled in certain circumstances where you don't have a die roll, but it requires you to do a perils, you roll on that chart, and the 1 and the 6 are the bad ones where you compare 13 against your willpower and you suffer that many wounds at AP2, damage 2, or whatever. The other ones are all get stunned and deal with it. I think it's etheric feedback is what they call it.
I think you're right about that. I'm still feeling salty.
You should.
Well, it was a salty cock meat sandwich.
Yeah. I feel salty that I did not realize it was Malefic only when he used it on me. So that's my fault for not reading the rules. Hey, how many times have we all said that people don't read the rules?
Yep.
In his defense, you're a malefic looking kind of guy.
Thanks.
They're spooky looking raptors. Next up, the Forge Lord for 110 points.
I love this guy.
I was gonna say I know somebody that uses it, and he does a lot of work. He seems
Power
pretty
axe, bolt pistol, frag crack, and a machinator array.
And what book is it out of?
People don't read.
This is Legacy specifically. And he also has Legionis Thylaxis. For 110 points base, you can get an extra 20, get you a jump pack. You can also take him for jet bikes and normal bikes. Keeps his Machinator array, which is important. And same thing with Terminator armor. 130 for the Terminator armor, 120 for the.
And he gets intelligence
bikes.
10.
Yep. Because he comes with intelligence 10. He can be intelligence 12 if you want him to be.
Funny thing about that. So you are in effect intelligence 12, but if you roll boxcars on that check, you still fail.
Yep.
And I've done it 3 times now. It's hysterical.
He can also take a Thunder Hammer for 5 points if he's on foot or mounted.
Comes with a base power axe.
Yep.
It's a 5-point Thunderhammer.
Yep.
Yeah, that's hard to turn that down.
So the Machinator array, which is the most coolest thing ever, lets you battlesmith twice in the same turn. Legionis Thylaxis allows you to take a Thylax unit as part of the detachment.
Two Thylax.
2 additional the bolded says a unit. The actual rules say 2 additional force organization slots are added to the detachment, and they can only be taken as Thylax cohort.
And Thylax are underappreciated this edition. They are beyond awesome.
That plasma gun that I saw you using at Adepticon.
Slapped.
Yeah. It's one of the only plasma guns in the game that doesn't have overload. That's really nice.
Native
Especially
AP3, breaching 5 up.
Yeah, every model on a Thylax unit can swap their base lightning gun to a photon thruster for 15, a multi-melta for 15, or a phased plasma fusel for 10.
Yeah.
And they all can have melta bombs.
Yep.
Which is really good against those pesky land raiders.
Hell yeah, they are.
And
The lightning
they're
gun costs some 0 checks. Sorry, John.
Yeah, I was going to say they're move 10, and they can deep strike too. So, great way to get some fast moving multi-meltas if you want to annoy things or plasma the hell out of things.
And he's Battlesmith too. So in essence, you can sit there and use him twice to do a total of Battlesmithing 4. That's pretty hefty for fixing things or helping robots get better.
So in the first doubles game Duncan and I played at Adepticon, he healed like 13 hull points off of 2 Sakarans. I've had other games where he did similar. I played a game where he was just chilling with my Typhon Siege tank, and he probably healed 16 hull points back off that thing. Boy can do some work.
Yep.
And he's not bad in close combat. I mean, you sit there, throw him a Thunderhammer, and his weapons go 5, and 2 up, 5 up.
He'll hurt some mooks.
Solid.
I'd say he's a definite good choice this go around.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna, if we rated him on the tiers, I'd say he's like A or S tier.
I wouldn't say...
I've seen him more allied than I've seen any other character.
Other than a champion.
No, like if you're just taking the bare minimum allies, I've seen people just take a Forge Lord just to run around in the back of a Solar Ox list, just
fixing stuff.
Fixing Russes, putting them back together.
He is a very useful utility character, both for the unlocking Thalax and that battlesmithing of up to 4 a turn. That's just good.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Jump pack on him, and that speed is ridiculous. So you can sit there and hop around and fix stuff.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. Like if we were rating
one extra firepower,
he's like easily like an S, or he's either an A or S tier easily.
Yeah, if we were doing a tier list, he would definitely be a top tier include.
Now, what's really cool is you lost the Mechanator array in 2.0, so it's nice to see it back.
Yeah.
I would absolutely rate him as a 9.5 on an S tier.
Yep.
He gets 11 stars out of thumbs up. Yep. Herald. Herald's next. Base book.
No, Mouse, where did he go?
Yeah.
Yep.
He's 100
points.
Yeah,
ahead,
100 base, 130 for the jump pack, 140 for a bike, 150 for a jet bike. And if you want to be crazy, 130 for Terminator.
I don't think a Terminator is a bad choice for him.
And he looks cool as hell.
He does. You get for free power weapon that you can swap out for a power fist for 10 points on the base guy. You can get melta bombs for 5, and you come with fear. And you get the Icon of Allegiance, which is really nice. John, you want to give that one?
No, he doesn't.
Cool, then I'll do it.
Yep. Sorry, I stepped out for a second. The icon is you gain 1 honor point each time you do the following. This model wins a challenge. I would definitely not be picking on Praetors or Champions. I mean, you are weapon skill 5, but sometimes life sucks. The better one is the model is part of a combat that included at least one enemy model that does not have the vehicle type that you're the winner of. The downside is you lose all these honor points if he dies or if he gains disgraced.
Yep.
Never, ever challenge with this guy.
No.
Just let your guys that you're with do the murdering and just
and
soak
all
up
these
extra points.
Yeah, all the honor points can be changed in for victory points.
That's definitely nice. Keeping this guy alive is good. Including this guy in a Terminator command squad of some kind to give them native fear is really nice. If you really want to challenge because you feel like it, giving him Paragon of Battle to make him weapon skill 6 and more capable of surviving a fight in Terminator armor, okay, but that's kind of risky. I personally like including him because he gives fear to things, put him in a jump pack, make him give fear to an assault squad of some type, and that's pretty beefy.
If you guys didn't already catch on to our listeners, Duncan likes putting everything in a jump pack.
I also think that this guy is really good for veteran breachers, because vet breachers are a close combat unit because they have weapon skill 5. They're not speedy, but being able to give them fear is definitely something that's helpful for when things come at them and they need to sit there and either hold an objective or try to take someone else off of it. So that's another place I believe that Heralds really shine.
I run counter to Duncan's logic. To make things go fast, I put them in Land Raiders and Spartans.
It's more points that I could spend on troops that are faster.
Different strokes, man.
No, I get it. Different approaches. But I really do value fear a lot right now in this edition. And so having that right there with fear on him, that's nice.
There's not a lot that's fearless, too.
No, there's nothing that's fearless because fearless doesn't exist. So being able to sit there and apply that so that things within a 12-inch bubble get their soft stats reduced, that's helpful, especially when you're trying to apply statuses pretty much all around. Using that for when you're winning a fight, even better.
Outside the box thinking with the adjustment that we're seeing from a lot of event organizers and even Games Workshop missions themselves, fear bubble next to an objective that you need an intelligence or willpower check, that affects that.
Very much
if
so.
It makes you more dumber, makes it harder to score that objective.
Yep. Plus, sitting there and scoring when you are, wiping another unit out, or winning a combat, and getting extra victory points for something that doesn't natively have line that he's attached to, does help make some of that gap up. That's also kind of nice. So he's good. Just don't get him into a challenge, and don't ever refuse a challenge with him because you'll lose any that you've already scored.
So next up for 85 points is the Librarian.
Ah, it's a cool model.
Everybody's favorite out of the base book.
Yep.
Force weapon of any type, and a bolt pistol, fragging cracks. You've got to pay for the psychic powers.
Nope.
Not
thaumaturgy.
Well, so this is where we're going. The reason we had to differentiate between the things, because base Librarian is 85. Jump Pack Librarian is 115. And all of his points for his abilities went up. So Biomancy is 30 on a Jump Librarian. Pyromancy is 15 versus 10. Divination is 25 versus 20. Thaumaturgy is 10 versus free. And Telepathy is 20 versus 10. Jump Pack keeps the same costs. And
the base costs or the other costs?
The power costs. The jump, the mounted is only 10 points over the jump pack versus. So a mounted librarian is 40 points to buy him a bike, 50 for a jet bike. And it gets even crazier when you go to Terminators. He's 115. And then his costs are. They're different between mounted and Terminator.
So that basically, if you're on a jet bike, or a bike, or Terminator armor, or a jump
pack,
you all cost more.
Yeah, everything's going to cost. Everything costs more than the base model, and some of them will cost more or less than themselves. So be sure to look at the list when you're building this. It's not always going to be the same for buying upgrades.
And I would argue that they're too cheap in a few circumstances.
Explain.
Biomancy is very solid power.
Yeah, agreed.
I don't think it's necessarily overcosted or undercosted. I think it's probably okay. Telekinesis, on the other hand, holy cow. That one's a little bit bonkers. And the other ones are all right.
And what does that do?
Psychic reaction, you can give yourself shrouded. Is it 4 up or 3 up?
4.
Like 4 up. So you get a save after your save of 4 up, and that is pretty nutso.
And you get for free for him shrouded 4 up. You can use the force barrier power to get shrouded 3 up against anything made during volley or shooting attacks.
Yeah.
And then you get his little psychic pistol mine bullets that are range 18, firepower 3, strength 6, AP 4, 1 damage, pinning, and force for firepower. So, and it's ranged and psychic. All right.
It's a good model too.
Librarians have, I think, other than in specific situations, I think they are overused right now. I think biomancy is very heavily used in a lot of places by people who are planning on being close combat. I don't disagree. It is very much a bonus that you can stack on there and make them better. With Thousand Suns, they absolutely become excellent because they bump up to willpower 10. I just see a lot of them, and I feel like people are using them as crutches, if that makes sense. Kind of like myself and a champion. I fully admit I use champions because they are in a way for me who loves close combat or crutch. I see librarians kind of in the same pile. I know Brian and I recently looked at a friend's list who had Corax in his list. And he had a librarian in there.
That's kind of...
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about that, and that's...
What? It was the totality of circumstances that... The reason why he brought it to us is because people in his group remarked that it was just a bit much. And
it is.
I can see why, especially when you tack on the fact that he was running a lot of infantry with Raven Guard, and people haven't really caught on to how do you deal with the snapshot over 18. I know the solution for that, and it innately plays into the way I run my Death Guard typically. And that's get close or fire barrage.
Yeah.
Because snapshot has no effect on barrage. But yeah, the telekinesis librarian just probably made that particular build out go too far.
And the fact you can sit there and add 2 psychic powers onto these guys. So you can have the telekinesis and biomancy. So you can sit there and be horrifically hard to hit going in, and then still have the biomancy bump for your stats when you're in close combat.
Not exactly, because you can only do 1 psychic power per turn unless it's a psychic weapon. So you would have to choose between biomancy or defending yourself with the reaction of volley fire.
On my turn, I have it. On your turn, when you're shooting at me, I have the dome. And then on my turn, when I get into you with close combat, I have the biomancy.
Yeah, I had wrong think.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's... Librarians are good. Librarians are so good that, again, I feel they're kind of being seen as a crutch.
Well, I mean, used to be you'd hardly see them, like in 2.0. Or, armies, you would see them. You wouldn't
in 2.0, they and all psychic powers were kind of murked a bit.
Yeah. 3.0, they're definitely a power choice.
I also see a lot of people not remembering that the any doubles rolled is a
Herald.
I see people going, Herald's on a 2 or a 6 or a 2 or a 12. No. I'm not saying they're bad. I just see them a bit too frequently for my personal flavor. But again, your mileage is going to vary. I'm just not a super huge fan of them. Unless I'm building a Thousand Suns list, in which case I have 5.
I am looking forward to trying thaumaturgy on the it's the Command Squad version of Saturnine Terminators because I have some models that I want to use that are not Saturnine Terminators.
Command Squad in the journal.
The Freitas Anointed for Word Bearers?
No.
The Saturnine. There's a Saturnine
Command Squad choice.
Yeah, they're Saturnine Command Squad.
Yeah, that's what they are. Centurion, Saturnine, Terminator, Command Squad. That's what that's called.
Yep. Because how funny would it be when they shoot you and you lose a guy and you go, oh, never mind, thaumaturgy, I brought him back to life.
Considering how hard Saturnine are to shift to begin with, that's kind of a thing.
I think it'd be a little funny, but
it would also fit for Death Guard for sitting there. Oh, nope, he stood back up.
And they are Nurgly Demon guys instead of Saturnine, so it's very fitting.
I could see.
But I digress.
Next, we go to the Magical Journal. The Istvan 5 Drop Site Massacre, temporarily sold out online right now.
Uh-oh. I need to get that one open.
The Master of Descent for 115 points. Comes stock with a jump pack, a bolt pistol, and a chain sword. You can take any war gear you want. Also buy melt the bombs. But the important reason you're buying this guy is his Stratovox.
Yep.
Isn't that like
Reserves?
from Ford Motor Company from the 60s?
This one's a little different.
Okay.
Far future.
It's also not the Fender Stratocaster, which is a guitar.
Yeah. Reserves test made for a unit that contains any models with the Stratovox are automatically successful.
Wait.
While many models with the Stratovox are on the battlefield, before making reserves tests, the unit reserves that only includes models with the Deep Strike rule, you can activate the Stratovox. If you do, that reserves test is automatically passed. So basically every turn, if you have deep striking reserves, you're getting them, at least one.
And you get to pick which one you want.
Yep. He also has the special rule Master of Descent. He can arrive by deep strike in the first turn.
Yep.
And any infantry unit that is also subtype anti-grav can come with him. Only one unit may use this special rule every turn. So if you bought 2 Master's Descents, you're not getting 2 automatic deep strikes.
Kind of like the Delegatus, you can't use 2 of them at once.
Yep. His other special rule is called Tip of the Spear. If you take him, you get access to a new detachment called Planetary Spear Tip, or Planetfall Spear Tip. It's 1 retinue and 2 prime elite squads. The retinue may only be used to select Praetorian command squads with jump packs, and the elites can only take veteran assault squads. He is weapon skill ballistic skill 5 again, I5 and 3 attacks, 9, 8, 8, 9 on the soft stats.
I think he's weird.
I like the fact that he can deep strike on turn 1, so you can automatically just throw him along with that retinue or one of the other squads into someone's backfield. I really like that.
You know what would make him insanely cooler? If he could take a pair of lightning claws.
He doesn't have that ability.
Yep.
No.
The
He's
best
pretty
you can
limited.
do is buy a lightning claw to replace the bolt pistol, and then a lightning claw to replace the chainsword, but then you're just left with 2 single lightning claws, not a pair. He can take a combat shield for free.
He's already got a 5-up.
Yep.
I played against him a fair bit. I like that he has things that he can do for your army. I think you have to be really, really careful on how you use them, because that turn 1 deep strike, yeah, it's awesome you get it turn 1, but the odds of whatever that is dying immediately,
Yep.
pretty likely.
Oh, yeah.
he could. There's some synergies you could do, definitely, but I mean, deep strike armies are not necessarily in a super good spot.
No, but if you're guaranteeing one to come in every turn,
Right.
as long as you know that they're going to be ass kicking.
Right. No, I mean, they're, don't get me wrong. They're the deep striking parts. They're still good. It's just like deep striking army, like the whole army. Like
Yeah, he's more built around. He's more built around than any of the other characters we've talked about.
Yeah.
I feel if you include him in an army, you're kind of building an army around him, as you say.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, no, I mean,
using
like
him to throw guys into the backfield on turn 1 at the beginning of turn 1, while the rest of your army's coming up. I definitely could see that being useful for someone who's playing hyper aggressive, like Blood Angels, with a lot of jump squads.
Yeah, totally agree. That's what I say. Him with maybe Night Lords or Blood Angels would be kind of like where I would see it.
You know, it might be cool.
I have a dumb idea.
Him with a warmonger. I think you take him with a warmonger. Next turn, you can automatically drop whatever the hell you want anywhere you want.
A warmonger Titan?
No, the warmonger character.
Oh.
I would put him with a pack of Thalax.
Ooh, with multi-meltas?
You could do multi-meltas, you could do the plasma, you could even do the photon thrusters. The possibilities are silly and endless, but I think rationally one of the best options for him is that. You get that 3-up, 6-up, so they're a little bit more durable. They have the toughness 5 of Terminators. They're 2-win models. They're not terrible in hand-to-hand at 2 attacks base. They're weapon skill, ballistic skill 4. But they don't just automatically melt like most jump troops tend to, in my experience.
So you could I don't think you could put him with the Thalax.
Why not? If you had a Forge Lord, brought the Thalax in that way.
Well, his tip of the spear roll it sets limits on what like goes with him, right?
No, it just says anything with any grav, and I'm just double checking.
They have anti-grav.
Yeah.
Do they have? So it
bonded
says it has
reductive?
to have infantry and anti-grav. So they have infantry.
Yes.
Yep.
Then you could.
What about him with a Dreadnought drop pod and a Leviathan Dreadnought?
No,
He can't go with pod.
He can't put in the pod, but he can make sure the pod doesn't have to worry about reserve rolls.
Well, that's
And my idea, which was throw him in there with the Dark Furies and Corvus Corax, doesn't work because Corax doesn't have infantry.
Ah, okay.
But you could absolutely throw him into something with regular Dark Furies and have a horrific thing landing on turn 1 that people just have to focus out really quick, or else they're just going to be murdered by.
That's an expensive Carnifex, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're I mean, the Cyanide bomb. This is definitely a way to make sure that you're. Yeah, if you're gonna build a list around deep striking, I would definitely put him in there.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing with the Siegebreaker. I mean, if you're gonna go full on war crime template, Tom, that he's like.
Yep.
I mean, you build the army around him, his stratagem. I mean,
you're either bringing Arquiters or you're bringing Quad Mortars.
Yeah.
In all likelihood.
Anyways.
We want to hit our last one, which can also work with our character we just talked about.
Sure.
We could, yes.
The Master of Signals.
Not the puppets.
No, not the puppets. For 115, he comes on foot. For 135, he can jump around. For 145, he can ride a bike. For 150, he can ride a fly bike.
Fly bike.
He can ride a dick bike.
Get to the hover bike.
Fly
He can only buy Legion pistols, so he can't take anything special to use his weapon skill 5 for.
He doesn't even have a chainsword.
Yep. He just has a bolt pistol, fragging cracks, and a command Vox relay, which is the important part. Allows you to add +1 to any of your reserves tests. Only one additional test per each command Vox relay, so no stacking. And you can take an intelligence test that if you pass, you can swap line for Vanguard 1 or Vanguard for line.
Or you can give it to something that doesn't have either.
Line 1 Dreadnought?
Line 1 Dreadnought. Vanguard 1 Fellblade.
No. Oh, yeah. My bad. Yeah, you could do that.
Vanguard 1 Squad of Quad Mortars.
Vanguard
With
1 Saturn 9
specs.
Dreadnought.
Yeah, you can sit there and boost things that you really wouldn't normally think could actually score extra.
Much less
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Master of Signals is really versatile. He just can't stand. I mean, he can't fight it the way out of weapon.
He literally is on the radio the whole time. He's like the person that never puts their cell phone down and is doom scrolling.
If
He's
you
like, hold
got one of the heads from Radio Free is Fun with the whole DJ helmet ears, or headphones, I would love to see someone sit there and make that guy into a DJ, like with a turntable. Since he can't,
is he our millennial console then?
Sure.
In that case, it might not be that terrible. I mean, it's 40 points to put him on a bike, but 40 points to put him on a jet bike, and then you can buy him big guns that he can use that nice weapon skill 5 for.
Yeah,
sure.
He's still running his DJ booth, but he's doing it while he's throwing Volkite or plasma downrange.
That would be a way to make him combat effective.
If only I believed in Volkite.
Personally, I think his most effective thing is to be stuck somewhere in the back behind a rock on his own or with some squad in the backfield doing what have you and throwing buffs to his friends that are nearby, which don't even have to be in line of sight or in a specific range. He can just throw them to Bob over on the other corner of the table.
That's how radios work.
Yeah, it is.
well,
I had to include one in my second edition and my first edition, Sons of Horus, because they were required for the Black Reaving Rite of War. They were attacks back then, and I could build them with close combat abilities. Gone are the close combat abilities this time, I guess. But I still have them, so yay. I had a talk with Dan, former host Dan, a while back, and he was including them in his Blood Angels just for the ability for that swapping Vanguard on things when he needed it for being able to charge something off of an objective. And honestly, it works.
what is he doing? Like the reaping or whatever? Well,
No, Blood Angels, where they have like veteran assault squads don't have Vanguard.
Okay.
Doing that to throw them on those. I mean, it works.
Yep.
I thought they did have Vanguard.
Maybe it's the command squad he was using.
They don't.
I know they don't. Do veteran?
I thought they were like Vanguard 2 or 3.
The veteran squads, cell squads are, yeah. But
Yeah.
command squads are not.
Yeah, command squads don't have line or
No,
Vanguard.
they don't have anything.
Yeah. Maybe he was doing that with his Vanguard squad. I'm not sure. Or his command squad. Either way, Master Signal is really versatile.
Yep.
Just not in a close combat fight.
Yeah. you can't take him in Terminator armor, so he can't even get. That's the one thing that most of the Terminator ones get is all the swappable weapons and everything else. But yeah, you can't even give him that. The best you could, if you wanted to gun him, because you want that ballistic skill 5, would be the bikes.
Yep. And even then, you're just throwing points on something to add utility to something that you already are getting a different utility from.
Yep.
I think he's best kept as cheap as possible and hidden away to do his shenanigans, realistically.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that it's another model in my collection that I accidentally addition proofed on purpose somehow. Because all I gave mine was a bolt pistol and a freaking remote cell phone and an antenna, and that's what he comes with.
Yep, he do indeed. He's good. That ability to sit there and unlock stuff, like I've been saying. I've been seeing him at for Adepticon. I saw several people who were including him just for that unlocking, and it works.
Does he have above normal intelligence stats? I don't remember.
10. 10
10?
On the cemetery, no, that's
the Master Signals base is intelligence 10.
Well, on
the 8.
The one on the Outrider is only a 9.
Really?
Yes.
Because the base one in the book is a 10.
Yeah, the Outrider, if he's on a bike, he loses a bit of intelligence.
This is intelligence.
That
if he's on the jet per 10.
South Park is correct.
Yeah, you heard it first. South Park is correct.
Bikes make you dumb.
It's the fumes, man. It's the fumes.
I don't even really see a reason for Thousand Suns to give him a psychic power, because he's just going to bump his willpower to 8. It's not going to help him that much. Let him sit there at base as cheap as possible and hide. He's great for what he does.
Yep.
That's weird as heck.
Yeah.
I'm scratching my head. It's like, wait a second, is that a different stat? And I'm like, no, that's intelligence. Why?
Yeah, that's weird.
And that's one of the jump packs of 10. Whatever, man.
Hey, jet bikes make you dumb. It's the fumes.
No, bikes. Jet bikes are good.
It's an outfitter.
So just regular. Okay, yeah.
Bike. Yeah, it's just the regular bike. The jump pack and the scimitar, you're still a 10.
Cool. So I guess it's just fumes he's inhaling too much of.
This makes me laugh way too hard.
Yeah.
It's just weird as okay.
Don't huff promethium, kids. It's bad for your brain.
Okay.
So that's 10. We've gone through 10 different Centurion types at this point. Or consul types, not Centurion types.
Those are just officers.
Yeah. So, if out of these 10, if you had to pick one that you don't normally pick, which one would you normally take? Which would you normally take, and which would you take now if you couldn't pick that one?
Well, currently, right now, because I don't like the close combat, I generally take a Psyker with Biomancy, because the whole entire mini game of picking fades or whatever that's called, not a fan. Just give me hard numbers. I will think about adding a Force Lord to the list, since I'm running all the lists that I'm aiming towards are armor heavy, so I don't have to participate in the close combat minigame.
Okay, that's fair.
I've really only taken a champion before.
So what would you take instead?
I'm honestly looking at the Delegatus and the extra Apex detachment for some silly bliss building ideas, or Master Descent.
Okay. I almost always in my list include the champion. If I was going to remove the champion, I would probably start throwing the Herald in, just because I really like the idea of him being able to rack extra points off units killed, and my predilection for close combat. I think that's a good thing, like for the world leaders with veteran breachers. I really like that idea. I also really like the Forge Lord idea for vehicle parking lots, so that's another thing I like. Bri, Jamie?
So my list for my Dark Angels is usually pretty vehicle heavy, but I don't include I normally have a Siege Breaker and a. Sometimes I'll do a Librarian. Sometimes I'll do a like a Champion. I go back and forth between those two. But I probably need to start include, because of the amount of vehicles I have. I probably need to go with Forge Lord, at least with the Dark Angels. Because I mean, I'm pretty heavy tank heavy. So
I'll offer this to you, Jamie. If it works out better, you can take Tech Marines for like 50 points. They also can fix tanks, and they're not bad at it. And there is an auxiliary detachment where I think you can take up to 6 in one detachment. Just throwing that out there.
yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like, out of this list, though, that's what I would probably swap to. I mean, I'm not saying that I necessarily will, but that's what out of the conditions that were set, that's what I would probably do. Maybe a Herald, but I'm not big close combat at least with most of my Dark Angels list, like the way they're currently configured now. Some of the other stuff that maybe like Night Lord, yeah, probably a Herald. I'm not going to say I go full Terror Squad and Raptor.
So oddly enough, Night Lords are one where I would not throw a Herald in, because the Herald adds fear, which they already have.
They already have.
Spread everywhere. So they're ones where I actually would not include a Herald.
Well, then in that case, maybe a Master of Descent? To make sure you get stuff in when you need it?
So I start all mine on the table. If I were going to include him anywhere, or if I was going to include something other than a champion with the Night Lords, I don't know. I really don't.
Master of Signals, maybe, so that you could change.
Yeah, that might be a thing. That might be a thing I would do.
Like if you get on, you end up getting on an objective and basically switch them over to the line so you could score.
Possibly. My Night Lord's army is built around Vanguard. So yeah, realistically, yeah, I know. Vanguard 4 is hard to turn down for me. So yeah, probably if I was going to do anything, that's not a champion, I might throw in a Master Signals just so I can sit there and flop Vanguard to line and score that way. That might be something I would do. But World Leaders, Herald all the way.
Oh yeah, no kidding. World Leaders, yeah.
Adding fear onto World Leaders just sounds even more fun to me. Bri?
I've already used Librarian. That's a little bit more recent experimentation, but I've been bringing him a little bit. I already run a Forge Lord infrequently.
He likes playing with your Sarkarians.
Yep. He likes playing with my big tanks.
He does.
I mean, in general, Death Guard are not an army, at least in my opinion, of the fluff and lore background that run officer heavy. They were never about that. They were very pragmatic, very limited. They didn't give a shit about your nonsense. They just went in, did the job, had centurions, then prerequisite officers to lead the army. If they died, somebody would just go, I'm it now, boys, let's keep going. So I tend to run Siegebreaker, Forge Lord, Librarian, Callous Typhon. I could see trying to Master of Signals. I have a model. I just haven't really considered it yet. A character that we have not talked about yet that'll be on the next episode is a Mortifactor to try to make Dreadnoughts great again. He can also repair tanks, by the way, and Dreadnoughts.
Dreadnoughts.
Yeah, I don't have much to give on this. As much as I like the hilarious idea of a Master of Descent with Thalax, I'd never do it because I just don't think it's the right fit for the army. I think on a technical level, it works. In fact, I think it works better than most other squads you could put with him. I think putting him with elite melee jump pack boys is kind of a trap because he can't charge out a deep strike. But I could absolutely see him going with dual Volkite destroyer jump pack squad with rad missiles. Because you come down, you can shoot something, inflict phage. Volkite pistols can be deadly in their own right. It's not an expensive squad. And it can cause some serious havoc. Plus, the sergeant in that squad can take Phosphex bombs, which are Panic 3. So I think people are just utilizing him in a manner that he doesn't work as well on a technical level as well as you would want. But people are also craving that deep strike army via drop pods, aircraft, or jump packs. I have a theory on how to fix this for pods, and everybody's poo-pooed me on it, but they really have not articulated a good reason as to why. And I talked with my friend Jeff on Friday, and he's like, I love your idea. We should absolutely try this. So I'm going to R&D this shit, and when I prove myself right, because, I write their own rules in my own head, I will not bask in my glory. I'll just be frumpy like I usually am and drink bourbon.
That's fair. Out of this whole list, what's the one guy who stands out as someone you would never include in this edition?
Fucking Armistos.
Yep.
That or for loyalists, the Esoterist.
Yeah.
You can't.
Like at least the chaplain.
Yeah, soft
at least the chaplain can do something. Seriously, Armistos, what the fuck?
Yeah, the Armistos is a severe disappointment.
If he gave those guns assault, I still don't think it would be that bad. Just because he's paying so many freaking points for him.
I mean, you could conceivably throw him with a heavy flamer and have him exist that way and use him to have another flamer in, like, the spoilers. Ooh, yay, so you can inflict statuses. So that could be a thing.
To remix an old joke, I wouldn't play him in your army, even if that were the case.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fair. He's. It's really hard to like the Armistos right now, which is a sad state of affairs for that guy.
I used to think I was more upset about Chaplains and Primus Medicae just being serious letdowns right now, but then I actually looked at his rules the other day on New Recruit, and I was like, wow, that's astonishingly bad.
Yeah. So
He must have hurt some people's feelings in second edition as well.
I think someone got bad touched by an Armistos.
Sun killers with the Armistos.
Oh man, that's
sorry.
Drop pods, like I'm pretty sure they don't really exist in this edition because GW can't profit off of it. Like that's my conspiracy theory.
Hold on. So, drop pods? Which drop pods, Brian?
So they don't have plastic kits for either Dreadclaw. They don't have a plastic kit for Dread Pods. They only have regular drop pods. So if they made drop pods great again, you're probably going to need Dreadclaw pods and Dreadnought drop pods. Because Dreadnought drop pods actually make Dreadnoughts, well, particularly Leviathans that everybody's getting in plastic now because they come in the combo kits. It actually makes them utilizable because, fuck Leviathans, let's make them heavy for 0 benefit and all the negatives, right?
As I've said before, they really only have fast attack stuff left that they haven't done. So
maybe in 5th edition flyers will be good.
Maybe.
Well,
kind of want to drop pod, the drop pods with the weapons in them, like the missiles and the Gatling guns.
Dethroned drop pods.
Yeah,
They were good for a very short period of time in 1st edition, and then they fact it and said, "Oh, by the way, these suck now."
yep, I know.
I'm really hopeful that in one of these eventual journals we're going to get, they're going to bring back the idea of drop pod assault, where all pods arrive on turn 1.
That would be awesome.
I'd like
I don't think they'll do all pods. They may do 1 or 2.
Maybe
If they do it and they copy my idea, somebody's buying me a bottle of fucking bourbon.
So maybe they'll do this, but part 2 with the drop pod army.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like that. Just something that brings back that feel of the drop pod assault that we used to have.
Yeah, I was holding up a picture of the. I was holding up a picture of the
Dishbond Massacre
Dropside Massacre. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if Gabe is listening to this, I saw your reply to my discussion about this. I just disagree with it. And I would love to interface with you on our disagreements on that, but I digress.
Oh.
Fair. Next week, part 2 of this, we will go over the remaining command squad or command types.
Yep.
Don't forget, for everybody, for our 4-year anniversary, we're running our contest of go to the contest channel on the Discord. Tell us which episode that we put out as your favorite, and get entered in the drawing. John, what is the drawing for?
The drawing is for a rotary tool, complete set. So you get all the tools, you get a flexi head, you get all the bits you could ever want.
You also get a free T-shirt.
Everybody loves a flexi head.
Or your
Also-
T-shirt.
Also, John has brought back the return
we'll
of
be
the
br-
hobby chat.
We'll be bringing back. I'm going to post for it this week, so we'll probably be starting
Cool.
into May.
So how long is our current contest running?
The 4-year anniversary has to be posted by 170, which
So-
is
Tonight, and then 2 more episodes.
yep. What about your contest, Duncan?
The new army, new army, who dis
Yep.
challenge. So that's still running. We're in round 2 still. Round 2 will close out, and no more entries will be accepted after May the 1st. May the 1st is the end date for this one. Final pictures need to be in the Discord challenge contest channel for the 2026 Army Challenge Round 2 for your completed units, for your second 500 points. We will do the drawing for that on episode 171. No, sorry, not 171. We'll do the drawing for that one on the episode we record on the 3rd of May.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm mailing
Yes, you're mailing
the
this.
prize for that one.
And what is the
Which-
prize for this one, John?
Combat force of your choice. I think
Sounds
that's what
cool.
they're called.
Sounds good.
So we've got Marines, Solar Ox, and Mechanicum.
If only there was Dark Mech.
You can paint them with Blanche colors, and they'd be dark.
Ooh, does that mean also the Custodes now?
You can't
They don't
find it. And
They don't have one.
Just gonna say,
All I've got is what I've got. So even if one comes out for Custodes, it's not going to be in the drawing because I don't got one.
Good enough. Round 3 will begin after that, and it will run again for another 2 months or 3 months.
You going to have a prize for that one?
Yes, the prize for that one is currently looking to be a Lord of War not including knights, but Lord of War or Titans. Lord of War of choice. I'm nailing that down with Samson. I'll have the announcement for that one next week when we do it. Cool. Any event shoutouts? I know ATC is coming up.
May the 16th, we'll be in Frisco, Texas for an event.
I know the Battle Barn's doing their 2-round 3,000 points and 3,500 on May 30th up in Indiana.
You have
the Ohio guys are running their ZM event for the Bolters at Dawn guys on the 9th of May. And then we have ATC coming up. When's ATC? We also have Powerful Ben Marsh running Nova. That's coming up, and doing Heresy at the Richmond Open.
We've got 3 events in Michigan.
What you got going on up there, buddy?
October 10th and 11th, 2-day narrative in Lansing at Evolution Games. We have August 15th and 16th at Far Harbor Games, 2-day narrative event. Actual event postings are not up for that, but they are going to happen. I'm also going to do a doubles single day, probably 2-round event May 30th as well, because I'm not able to get down to the Battle Barn event, and they have that opening at Evolution Games, and I'll have that event on Best Coast Pairings probably tomorrow.
ATC is June 26th through the 28th.
in Chattanooga. You also have the LVO in October, I believe.
I need to remember to talk to Michael Wooten and Greg about seeing if they're going to do Music City Heresy this year. I don't know if they are, but I need to ask them. To remember that Jack and I went to that one.
Yeah.
I think the last one of those we did, and that was the last one they did, and that was really fun.
That was where the Super Walker from Mechanicum came out.
Yep.
I got yelled at.
I left a base behind and had to go back and get it.
I also bought a house on the phone. So there's that too.
He did both those things at the same time. It was awesome. Okay.
It's one of those things of, it was 21, so it was every house was going in like 2 minutes. Honey, I found a house. Do you like it? Looks great.
Oh, it's gone.
All right, so I think that takes us out of here tonight, boys. We will have more insight on more command choices next week, with more talking from Duncan and John as I sit here and take notes and go, oh, I didn't even think about that, or read that in third edition. So thank you very much for all your hard work and due diligence. Stay salty, my friends. I think it's about that time for me to tell myself, to tell Duncan, to tell Jamie, to tell Brian, to tell John to take us out of here. So, Duncan?
Thank you, everybody, for joining us on the 168th episode of the Heresy Accountabilibuddies Podcast. I'm John, and I've been joined by
Brian,
Duncan,
Jamie,
Jack.
And always remember to stay accountable to your friends, to your buddies, especially if they're named Jack, and your hobby. Good night, all.
Landslide! Ah!
I've got a bad joke.
Uh-oh, let me stop the recording.
And subscribing.